I actually just got off the phone with Town Biz, and shout out to him, and we was having a very detailed conversation about a multitude of things. But one thing that came up was this Don Lemon situation, or as I like to call him, Donna. Based on a video that he just did on his channel. And actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the link to his commentary about this, either in the description or I may pin it in the comments so y'all can see what he had to say about it. Because he actually is going to go probably a little bit more into detail about it. I might touch it on a little bit in this article as well that I'm going to read, because I'm sure the article probably is not going to go that much into depth. But in case y'all didn't know, Donna has some sexual assault charge lawsuit currently against him. And I think I might have touched on that a little bit in one of my more recent live streams when I was talking about Chris Cuomo, aka his bosom buddy. That's what I call him, because they just seem to be real buddy. But he has this sexual assault charge on him, and basically it stemmed back from 2018 when allegedly he was inside of a bar and there was this guy there, and Don Lemon had put his hand in this man's pants. A PC man, because Don, that's who he likes. That's what he likes. Without this person's permission, and then did something else afterwards. I can't remember exactly what Town said. I think he mentions it in his video, and if he doesn't, then it's somewhere in my memory stored from the conversation we had on the phone. But Donna needs to really watch himself, because he has to realize he is in a severe minority there over at CNN. He's a black man. He's in Hall G around a very palm-colored environment, even with his little buddy Chris Cuomo, who is in hot water right now himself for pretty much the same thing. And he has a lot of nerve, and I posted this up on my Twitter account. I say Don has a lot of nerve to talk the way that he does and talk down on people the way that he does, especially the black people and everything around the scene, as I like to call it, when he has this brewing in the background. And also, from what I heard, he allegedly offered to pay this person that he did this to a 6-figure settlement. But the guy said, no, I don't want no settlement. I want to bring this to light. And this right here, if this is indeed true, this could ruin Don Lemon. At which point, I really won't feel a damn thing for him anyway. It's crazy because Don Lemon had the opportunity to be a rather, in my opinion, good and fair and balanced journalist, but it's like he feels himself way too much to the point where he becomes extremely biased. Like, look at his stance on people who don't take the, versus those who do, such as himself. He literally doubles, triples, quadruples down on his talking points to the point where he's talking down on people from an elitist position, almost like he's sitting on a pedestal or a throne. And I notice he really does that towards black athletes a lot. Every time a black athlete comes out and says something, here he comes, and he's ready to say something and literally beat down on them like they're an insubordinate child. No wonder when he went to Ferguson during the Mike Brown situation back in 2014, them people there ran his ass up out of there, because they know how Don Lemon is. And it has nothing to do with Donna being a member of the academy. It has everything to do with him being the bastard that he is, the asshole that he is. And I also said on Twitter, it's interesting because Donna, you're like in a quote unquote a double-edged sword, because you're a black man who happens to be in Hall G, and you have the nerve to talk about or talk down on people in a discriminatory way, knowing good and goddamn well you could be discriminated against because of your race and your lifestyle. So he needs to check his shit at the door. But I'm going to go ahead and read this article and see what they're talking about. Chris Cuomo isn't the only high-profile CNN host accused of inappropriate touching. The attorney for the man who accused fellow CNN host Don Lemon of a sexually charged assault expects the case to finally end up in court early next year after a prolonged legal process. It's been over 2 years since Dustin Heiss filed an explosive lawsuit against Lemon, who was openly gay, accusing the CNN Tonight host of assault and battery at a bar in New York's Long Island during the summer of 2018. Lemon put his hands down the front of his own shorts and vigorously rubbed his genitalia, removed his hand, and shoved his index and middle fingers into the plaintiff's mustache and under the plaintiff's nose. That is disgusting. That is nasty. Did y'all hear that? Don put his hands in his pants, rubbed his shit, and then pulled it out and put his fingers under this man's nose so he could smell him. I also mentioned this to Town Biz on the phone too. I said a lot of people who are in that academy, are some sexual deviants. It's almost like they've been touched by a sexual demon. They do some of the weirdest, kinkiest shit. Who does that? I've even heard like people who like women who get sexually assaulted by a man. It never really goes, if the sexual assault is usually maybe groping, like touching a breast or smacking an ass or something like that. This guy put his hands in his pants, rubbed his balls in his dick, and put it under this man's nose. Someone he doesn't even know. Just some random guy. Probably someone he thought would be interested. Now, this is interesting considering at the time, 2018, wasn't Donna married? Wasn't he married around that time to his PC partner? What the hell is he doing in a bar flirting with some other random person? Lemon intensely pushed his fingers against the plaintiff's face under the plaintiff's nose, forcing the plaintiff's head thrust backward as the defendant repeatedly asked the plaintiff, "Do you like pussy or dick?" While saying this, Mr. Lemon continued to shove his fingers into the plaintiff's face with aggression and hostility. In an answer to the complaint, Lemon denied all wrongdoing and called the suit frivolous. A lengthy discovery process and the COVID pandemic have kept the case out of court, but Heiss's legal team told Fox News Digital the suit was ongoing and may wind up in court in January 2022. Lemon's CNN program has followed Cuomo's, and the two frequently engage in a nightly handoff during which they discuss current events with playful banter. Last week, veteran television producer Shelley Ross accused Cuomo of sexually harassing her when they worked together at ABC News in 2005. The Cuomo primetime namesake issued a statement in which he reiterated his apology for the incident 16 years ago. While Ross didn't take legal action and said she simply wanted Cuomo to learn a lesson, Heiss has been seeking damages in amount to be determined at trial, plus prejudgment interest, attorney fees, expenses, costs, and disbursements. Last year, Heiss told Fox News the alleged vow discussing and lewd and inhumane attack by Lemon will be treated much differently if Heiss were a woman. "I'm not doing this for notoriety or fame. I'm doing this because I'm standing up for myself and what I believe in," Heiss told Fox News. "I've grown a new respect for people dealing with mental health issues because stress, depression, anxiety, those are all very serious things. It consumed my life." The alleged incident occurred at Murph's Backstreet Tavern in the prestigious Sag Harbor town of the Hamptons area east of New York City in July 2018. CNN and Lemon's attorney did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The allegations against Lemon and Cuomo are hardly CNN's only issue with its high-profile talent being accused of inappropriate behavior. CNN also allowed legal analyst Jeffrey Toobin to return to the network after he was caught masturbating on a Zoom call with co-workers from his other gig at The New Yorker. The magazine fired Toobin, but CNN welcomed him back after an extended leave of absence. Yeah, I remember that, Jeffrey and his Toobin. But wow, Don, if this is indeed true, you are more than perverted. He is more than perverted. I would not be surprised if this was true. They said this guy has been pursuing this since 2018. Since it happened. It's not like he's just coming up now with it. They said that he's been building a case against Don for a while. So this isn't something that just sprung out of nowhere. It's just that with what happened last year, it got put on the back burner. And then allegedly Don tried to give him a settlement. That to me is damn near an admission of guilt. Don better hope this isn't true, because let me just say this right now. If it is, he has no room to say a damn thing ever again about black people, or anybody for that matter. To be quite honest. I can't stand people like Don Lemon. I can't. And it's crazy. At one point, Black people actually liked Don Lemon at one point, a while ago, probably back when he first got started. But now this man is as toxic as they come. And every time, like I said, an athlete, especially a black athlete, comes out and says something about, then here he comes and he's ready to act like that finger wagging bitch that he can be. Like, how dare you? No, Don, how dare you? That's what we should be saying. How dare you, Donna? But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments.